In the news at noon, Vice President Professor Yemi Osinbajo presides over a weekly Federal Executive Council meeting. Nigeria records 74 fresh cases of coronavirus with 8 new cases in Akwa Ibom. Victims of recent attacks in Essien Udim appeal to Akwa Ibom State government for succor. On the front, in U.S. President Joe Biden to withdraw all U.S. troops from Afghanistan by September 11th. In sport, Nigeria's CAF Confederations Cup community in Essien Udim local government area have appealed to the state government for support to ameliorate their plight since they have been rendered homeless as a result of the crisis. Speaking of Planet News in Ntak Ikot, the people narrated the hardship and difficulties experienced since the attacks in their community by the alleged hoodlums.
Maybe palliative. They say want to give the displaced people palliative. That's why I come. But I have not seen, so we are stistill waiting.
That family kita katakan na, anyen no kuru fogama, belela isonga sinikang, and mewe sanga sinikang. Many houses have been set into fire because of the bullet that affected most of what they have inside the houses. So that's the only place. And many people now, most of the people you see here are not from Ntak Ikot Akpan. Yes. The only thing is for the government to try all they can to go to Ikot Akpan, because that's the only main area where houses are on fire. That's it.
While thanking the state government for the initial support given, the people further called on them and other well-meaning individuals to, as a matter of urgency, come to their aid by providing relief materials and accommodation for them to cushion the effect of the hardship. Recall that the chairman of the Essien Udim local government area, Anthony Luke, had last week said that normalcy has been restored in the troubled part of the local government area following the recent clearance operation at Ntak Ikot Akpan community by combined military personnel. While stating that adequate measures have been put in place to forestall further breach of peace in the local government by hoodlums, the council boss acknowledged the timely efforts of the state governor, Udom Emmanuel, in curtailing the problem, adding that the displaced persons were well accommodated and taken care of. From the national scene, Vice President Professor Yemi Osinbajo is currently presiding over the weekly meeting of the Federal Executive Council (FEC) at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. At the commencement of the meeting, council members observed a minute silence in honor of the former Minister of Commerce and Industry, Mahmoud Toko. Meanwhile, President Muhammadu Buhari is still in London, where he's reportedly undergoing routine medical checkup. Meanwhile, the presidency has said that Nigeria is expected to receive 6 of the 12 Super Tucanos ordered from the United States in mid-July. The senior special assistant to the president and media publicity, Garba Shehu, who disclosed these via a verified Twitter handle, said 14 Nigerian pilots are currently training with the aircraft at the Modi Air Force Base in Georgia. The announcement comes after the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Ibrahim Atahiru, appeared before a committee of lawmakers at the House of Representatives yesterday. The committee is reviewing the purchase, use and control of arms, ammunition and related hardware by the military, paramilitary and other law enforcement agencies in the country. In health, the Nigeria Center for Disease Control (NCDC) has confirmed to 163,911. The agency, while making the announcement via tweet on its verified Twitter handle, said about 2,061 fatalities have been recorded from the disease, while about 154,225 have recovered from the virus. According to the health agency of the new infection, Lagos recorded 30 new cases, 11 in Enugu and FCT, 5 in Osun. Kaduna recorded 4 new cases, 2 each in Ebonyi and River State, while Ekiti recorded 1 new case. Away from that, the Federal Road Safety Commission (FRSC) has approved the promotion of an Assistant Corps Marshal (SCM) to the rank of Deputy Corps Marshal (DCM) and 9 Corps commanders CC to the rank of Assistant Corps Marshal ACM. The Corps Public Education Officer ACM Basic Azim, who disclosed this in a statement in Abuja, added that 26 Deputy Corps Commanders DCC were also promoted to the rank of Corps Commander CC, adding that the promotion took effect from April 12. In Imo State, the immediate past Governor, Senator Rochas Okorocha, has spoken on his arrest by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) over alleged misappropriation of public funds. Okorocha, who was reportedly arrested by the EFCC operatives yesterday evening at his Unity House office located at Garki, Abuja, but speaking through his media aide Sam Onwemodo, the former governor said since the anti-graft agency was only doing its job, he would cooperate fully with it. He maintained that the Imo West senator is being investigated because of the new leadership at the commission. You're listening to the news on Planet Radio 101.1 FM. Let's take a breather and then bring you more stories from the foreign, sport, and entertainment scenes. To stay with us.
Locked in core values. Planet 101.1 FM, Uyo.
Thanks for staying with us. Now on the foreign scene, President Joe Biden says he'll withdraw all U.S. troops from Afghanistan before this year's 20th anniversary of the September 11 attacks, finally ending America's longest war despite mounting fears of a Taliban victory. The decision came as Turkey announced an international peace conference on Afghanistan in hopes of reaching an agreement that brings stability to a nation battered by nearly 40 years of war. But the Taliban, newly emboldened, say they would boycott the conference. Elsewhere, protesters faced off with police for a third night in the American city of Minneapolis over the killing of a young black man shot by an officer, with more than 60 people arrested. Tensions have soared over the Sunday police shooting of Dante Wright near the Midwestern city, the community already on edge over the ongoing trial of an officer accused of killing another black man, George Floyd, last year. Riot police moved in to disperse a group of demonstrators estimated to number between 800 and 1,000 in Brooklyn Center, the suburb where Sunday's shooting took place. In sports, Nigeria's CAF Confederations Cup campaigners Yimba Ofaba are billed to return to the country today, Wednesday, after being stranded for 2 days in Algeria. The People's Elephants could not immediately book their flights back to Nigeria after the CAF Confederations Cup 3-0 defeat to ES Sativ on Sunday. Due to COVID-19 restrictions in Algeria, few flights are allowed in and outside the North African country, which hindered Enyimba's immediate return to the country. Enyimba currently second in Group A with 6 points from 4 games, 2 behind South African side Orlando Pirates, who lead the pool. Now on the entertainment scene, the family of legendary American rap artist DMX has raised an alarm over fraudulent funeral fundraisers. In the wake of DMX's death after suffering a heart attack, his family issued a statement saying that they are not selling any merchandise or raising money for the rapper's funeral. Meanwhile, the statement did not provide further information about a funeral or memorial service in honor of the late singer. It has been the news on Planet Radio 101.1 FM. But before we go, a recap of the major stories. In the news, we told you that Vice President Professor Yemi Osinbajo is currently presiding over the weekly meeting of the Federal Executive Council at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. Also brought to news that the Nigeria Center for Disease Control (NCDC) has confirmed 74 fresh cases of coronavirus in the country, with 8 new cases in Akwa Ibom, bringing the total number of confirmed cases in the country to 163,911. People displaced as a result of the recent crisis in Ntak Ikot Akpan community, Essien Udim local government area, have appealed to Akwa Ibom state government for support to ameliorate their plight, since they have been rendered homeless as a result of the crisis. On the foreign team, we told you that President Joe Biden says he'll withdraw all U.S. troops from Afghanistan before this year's 20th anniversary of the September 11 attacks, finally ending America's longest war despite mounting fears of a Taliban victory. And in sports, reported that Nigeria's CAF Confederations Cup campaigners Enyimba are billed to return to the country today, Wednesday, after being stranded for 2 days in Algeria. For a comment and coverage of newsworthy events, call our newsroom on 0812-770-2940. That is 0812-770-2940. Visit our website on Planet 101FM, that's NG, and follow us on Twitter at Planet_101FM. You can also like our verified Facebook page at Planet 101FM Uyo. The news was edited by Jane Owa. As we end the news, always remember that success is not final and failure is not fatal. Rather, it is the courage to continue that counts. I am Bright James. Good afternoon. Thank you for listening.
This is Planet Radio 101.1 FM Uyo. Our listeners, our most valuable assets, the bedrock of our business, the reason of our existence all these years. Thank you for your patronage and listenership. For inquiries, please call us on 0809 016 9101 or write to us at planet101fm@gmail.com.
It's simple. We lead, they follow. Planet 101.1 FM. That's just who we are.